Today's the 4th of July. Typically, the question that's asked during this time of year is, how are you celebrating? This year, the question that you should be thinking about is, what are you celebrating? Are you celebrating that a regime is in power that's completely running outside of the lines and outside of any concept of freedom and liberty that we're accustomed to? Are you celebrating the fact that there are masked vigilantes dressed up as government officials, kidnapping and trafficking brown people and black people all across the country and disappearing them? Is that what you're celebrating? Are you celebrating that this regime, who has leadership in it, that has said that their ideal world and their ideal vision of the US would include 100 million people who look just like this? Is that what you're celebrating? Are you celebrating the fact that thousands of people all across the country have been disappeared without due process, maybe to never be seen or heard from again? Or maybe you're celebrating that masked vigilantes are brutalizing communities of color all across the country to make everyone safe. Or maybe you're celebrating that the US has gotten into the concentration camp business. In fact, 2 private prison companies are making money hand over fist, incarcerating and torturing people in this country. Or maybe you're really excited and you're celebrating the fact that Dachau of the Deep South has just opened up business in the Everglades. And in the middle of a sweltering swamp, thousands of brown people are going to be caged in like pigs, many of them to die, just so you can laugh and giggle about the merch that's being sold. Is that worth celebrating? And if you're not celebrating that, maybe you're celebrating the multiple instances of red hat supporters calling open season on their political opponents and assassinating them whenever the opportunity comes up. Is that why you're celebrating? Or maybe you're celebrating because 1,500 domestic terrorists who were convicted by the jury of their peers and sentenced to jail were freed and let loose on the street by a regime that claims to be the law and order regime. Is that the reason you're celebrating? Or maybe you're celebrating the passage of this signature bill. That bill that's going to make 18 million kids starve. And it's going to cause 17 million Americans to lose their health care. It's going to cause 3 million Americans to lose their food assistance. It's going to cause the prices of everything that everyday Americans rely on to go through the roof. And for you fiscally responsible types, this bill is going to add $3.5 trillion to the debt. That check comes due on the backs of your kids and your grandchildren. That's what I call fiscal responsibility. You must be celebrating that. Or maybe, just maybe, you're celebrating the coming of the golden age. Not the golden age that you think is going to happen for you, but the golden age for the billionaires and millionaires that benefit from this regime being in power. Because when they think about the golden age, their golden age was an era where the country was ruled by one type of person. They were this color, they had a Y chromosome, and they were ultra wealthy. And everyone else was just a resource to be exploited, to be spent and discarded. Maybe that's what you're celebrating. When we think about what this holiday is supposed to be about, it's supposed to be about freedom. Does any of what I just mentioned sound like freedom to you? And if it doesn't, why are you celebrating? If you really want to declare your independence, maybe you should finally let go of the myth of American exceptionalism, except in the case when it comes to our cruelty. Because we certainly have been exceptional throughout our history at exacting cruelty. And where we are today proves it out yet again. So I ask you again, what are you celebrating?